This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Federal Leader of the Opposition, Peter Dutton's in the house.
G'day, Pete. How you going?
Hey,
guys?
Peter.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
You too. Seems weird to say that, and it's nearly February.
I know. But grab onto it for as long as
Yeah, that's right.
So we've been coming off a long break, which we've been talking about. But did you get a break over Christmas? Do you get away with the family?
Mate, yeah, we went to the beach for a couple of weeks, which was nice. Phone sort of, follows you everywhere, but that's reality of life now. But it was good. It was a bit of time with the kids, and they were...
Which beach do you go to?
We went to Noosa on the Sunshine Coast.
Noosa.
So,
Do you wear Speedos?
I definitely don't.
You should. And that should be for all politicians, really, to be honest.
Yeah. You're not Tony Abbott, right?
And you never eat a Pluto pup or a Dagwood dog.
Or a hot dog.
Never eats anything sausage-like.
I did that once, and those images stay
haunt
with
you.
you forever.
Yeah.
So
That's why I don't do videos on the internet.
Where's Nick? Nick's outside my press sec. She was throwing things at me, saying, "Don't do that." But you can't eat it. You can't eat it sideways, right? But then
Yes.
That's how polite girls eat
you
it.
beat it front on, and you're in trouble as well.
Yeah.
So
It's tough,
There you
isn't
go.
it?
Yeah,
Because
always-
you have
you know
to
what?
think about that all the time.
And always, if you've got a Pluto pup or a Dagwood dog, just always show teeth, and then it
Always.
takes it away from what we're thinking. That's all.
Pete,
word of experience.
when you're travelling with your family and you only got downtime, can you stay present? And is your wife like, come on,
she
man,
must
just
be.
give up the
She must have
phone,
the
just
shits
come on, we
again.
want to have some time together?
No, but she's pretty good, and the kids our kids are a bit older now. So Beck's 22, Harry's 20, and Tom's 19. So they're adults, and you can have a conversation with them. But my most favourite period in our calendar is sort of once the first test starts, and up until the tennis finishes, and because over that period you can sit on the couch, you can watch TV, you can read a book, you can muck around, and it's just I think it's a golden sort of few weeks. And
So do you reckon we should have tennis all year round because that's when everything sort of stops and you can just have a relaxation?
yeah, I think there's an argument for it, but
Yeah.
but the kids are happy to. My point is, I guess that the kids are happy to do that with you as well.
Yes, yes.
Watch a bit of BBL and it's a relaxing time of year.
Do you get out and about in Noosa? Like, are you walking? It's Hastings Street, isn't it? Are you walking down the street?
I try and avoid it as best I can.
Yeah, I was going to say, do people give you a hard time?
No, people are great, but it's just you go to a restaurant or whatever, and people come up and say hello, which is fantastic. But it's not, you're sort of on display when you're doing that.
Yeah,
So it's just
yeah.
as easy to have friends over for a barbie or go to someone's place.
Because you got your entourage. When you're just on holidays, do you have to take your security and stuff with you as well?
Yes, yeah. They're
So
with us
do they?
24/7,
So they
So
cuddle
like
up
you go
with
to
you
the
on
beach, they go
couch?
to the beach.
yeah, you look over.
So if you go to the water slides, one of them have to go on the water slide.
right behind.
You do the train.
Oh mate, I would make a funny game out of that and like sit there with the family and come up with things to make the security do because you guys are going to do it.
Just to put you at rest. Mine, I didn't go on the water slide though.
Tomorrow, everybody, we're going to get our bikini lines done.
Pete, there's plenty happening over here in the West, obviously. We like to think that we're the engine room of the nation and all that kind of stuff. Albo did a great job last election campaign and coming over there and supporting WA and therefore got the votes. Why would you do things different and how could you do things better? Because everyone says that they'll do things better and,
I just think it's a different election campaign this time around, obviously, than it was in 2022. There was a big, vibe around Scott Morrison and around the Liberal Party then.
It was.
And I just think it's a different dynamic now. I think a lot of people thought that the economy would keep pumping along, and it hasn't. A lot of people just can't afford to pay their grocery bill. Insurance premiums have gone through the roof. People have got 12 increases in their mortgage interest rates, and a lot of people have gone back to work after having a baby much sooner than what they would have wanted to, and they're working a second or third job just to make the payments on their car or to balance their budget. And so it is a different dynamic at this election, and I think the Liberal Party manages money better, and there's a lot of waste. The Reserve Bank governor's warned the government about the amount of money that they're spending in the economy at the moment, which is fueling inflation, which is what keeps interest rates higher for longer. And interest rates have already started to come off in Canada and the United States, New Zealand, etc. And they should have already come down here. So
Inflation has
they're the
slowed,
sort of
though.
things.
There
It's
has been a
slowed.
slowing of
No question
inflation
about
in the
that.
last 12 months.
No question about that. But
Yeah.
still, and there's some quarterly figures out this week, and the Reserve Bank governor will make an announcement, I think, over the course of the next on the 18th of February. So let's hope they come down. But if the government's pumping the accelerator is the same time the Reserve Bank's trying to hit the brake, it doesn't end well, and that's what's happened before.
I did ask the Prime Minister this because I said you're going to possibly lose this election because of cost of living, because that's the number one thing. And, and whenever I ask the question, what are we going to do to get more money back into people's pockets? Because since COVID, everything is so expensive. To me, personally, I think the cat's out of the bag. I don't think there's any dropping prices. I cannot see companies around the world.
So your beer Nathan's going to be $14.
There's been other things like rebates on childcare. So that's a thing.
We're just talking about for childcare, that rebate, I don't get that. You know what I mean? So just generally.
But you also don't need it because you're fine.
No. Yeah. Let me finish my point. Under your leadership, are we going to be living in a world
groceries aren't going to get cheaper?
It's going to be cheaper.
But let's have a look at the reasons as to why prices have gone up. If you have a look at the energy policy, we're into renewables. They're an important part of the energy mix, but they can't be 100% of the energy system because we can't store the energy when the clouds are out and the solar panels aren't working and the wind's not blowing. The batteries don't have the storage capacity, which is why we've spoken about nuclear and gas being very important.
But that's a very expensive solution.
It's not. It's 44% cheaper than what Labor's got on offer at the moment, and we've had that analysis done. But my point is that all of that extra cost of the overbuild of the system, so not just to run the economy, but to charge the batteries for the nighttime use, it means you need to overbuild. There's a lot more money being spent on solar and wind than what we might have to. Now, my point is that that's increasing your electricity bill at home, but it's also increasing the electricity bill of the farmer and the local IGA store with the cold storage. And that's why you're seeing an increase in grocery prices when you go there to buy your groceries. And it's just across every part of society. Energy, as I say, energy is the economy. And if you have the so for instance, another example of I think wasteful spending is there are another 36,000 people that have been employed in the bureaucracy in Canberra, and I just don't know that people could say in Perth that their lives have been improved by that. But it comes at a cost of $6 billion a year, and that's money that we could be better spending on health or other services in the economy.
So this is in the news at the moment because people are comparing that to Elon Musk, and they're trying to Trump you at the moment. They're trying to say you're Australia's Trump.
Well, it's more like that you're playing from the Trump playbook.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
Well, that's why I'm here today.
And he puts on his MAGA hat.
Nathan, this is your time to step up for the country. You're our Elon Musk.
But when I saw the Elon Musk thing, I think Elon Musk is a bit of a clown sometimes. But whatever's happening over in America. But I do like the idea of cutting down wasteful spending. That'd be amazing.
People work too hard for their money. When you pay your taxes, you want to know that it's being spent efficiently. And people, can draw the Trump comparison. My inspiration in public life has been John Howard, and I worked as the assistant treasurer for Peter Costello way back many years ago. And so efficiency and driving, the best spend for every dollar is not something that President Trump's come up with. And Jacinta Price, I think, has done a fantastic job in her portfolio. So I don't propose setting up a new department like President Trump's done. I think it's done in the Prime Minister and Cabinet because you have a look across all the departments and you can do it effectively from there. So, there's no silver bullet to it, but the Liberal Party always manages money more effectively. Many of us come from a small business background. We understand managing staff and managing money and getting the economy going, as we did through COVID. I mean, we helped a lot of families and small businesses stay afloat over that period. And there's a lot of work to do if we win the election.
Pete, one of the things that they've said in the past is that you don't win elections. It's just the opposite. The current government loses, right? And a lot of people I know in small business will say they can't wait for Albo to get going because they want a different horizon. But with the nuclear stuff that you've thrown out there, and that brings it up, the CSIRO, they come up with a different formula and they said different things. I felt like, do you just play the straight bat with the opportunity to get in as the government? Do you need to play any shots and throw out different policies?
Right.
I think
not tricks, but policies and really have a go. The nuclear thing really got some attention.
And we're not going to feel it. Even if you were to bring it in, we're not going to feel the effects of that for 10 15 years.
And
Yeah.
to sell it,
So
by the way, just use a three-eyed fish from The Simpsons.
So
We're all
it's-
used to it.
It's not going to lower the price of groceries anytime in the next decade.
At the moment, there's investment being made into renewable projects in regional communities that don't want them, and the government's proposing 28,000 kilometres of new poles and wires. The beauty of that investment's being made now, so people are feeling that in their bills now. Our investment into nuclear is along the lines of what the top 19 economies in the world have done out of the top 20. Australia is the only one that doesn't have nuclear or hasn't signed up to it. And 2/3 of people aged between 18 and 34 support nuclear because they look at what's happening in Europe or in America. In Tennessee or in Ontario in Canada, they're paying about 1/3 the cost of electricity that we are here. So renewables are good, but they don't work 24/7. And to run the ICU unit in the hospital or to run the cold storage, it's 24/7 power. And when you look at the submarines that the Prime Minister, to his credit, has signed up to, it's exactly the same technology, and so there are no concerns about safety, or the government wouldn't have signed up to it and putting
The submarine can leave. Hey, we've got something for you.
Yes.
We've got a
Yes.
present.
Okay, nice.
It's not actually from us.
Right.
It's actually from the Prime Minister. Do you know him?
I do know him. That's why I'm worried.
Okay, so we did a thing here where we did a challenge where one of us that was drawing, and that was Albo, was given a butcher's paper pad,
Right.
a texter, and then he was given a word, and then I had to stand behind him and guess what he had drawn, and I guessed this within how many seconds?
Almost straight away.
Yeah.
3 seconds.
And we've had it framed.
The word was Peter Dutton.
There you go.
This is an original by Anthony Albanese. Ready? And we got some butcher's paper here for you to respond as
Okay,
well. If
right.
you'd like to draw the Prime Minister. This is Peter Dutton by Anthony Albanese.
That's impressive, and that really sums up the PM's total skill set there. That's great. That's great.
He missed your glasses.
Yeah, no, he's an overachiever, and all those portraits.
Well, can I just put it up next to you?
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. There's a striking resemblance.
There is. Well, Nathan guesses straight away, as he said.
Yeah.
And the big smile as well, I like.
Yes.
So,
I think the smile was
Yeah.
nice of him to do.
Yeah.
Because he could have put
Gracious.
vampire teeth in if he
Yeah.
wanted to, or anything.
yeah.
So
there's a
would
bit
you
of a
like-
blemish here.
Yeah.
No,
on the
you're
side
eating.
of the face.
You're eating.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
You just had lunch.
There you go.
Hey, so we've got. Would you like to respond?
Okay, yeah, sure.
So let's bring the paper over here, and your word, Peter Dutton, is Anthony Albanese.
No, but aren't you supposed to guess it?
No, we already know what it is.
We already
You just
know.
have to draw it. So your word
Okay.
is Anthony Albanese. You draw him as you see him.
Right.
Oh, Pete, you're a left-hander.
I'm a
Oh,
left-hander.
yeah, we knew this last time, yes.
Hey, Pete, a world of having ink on your hand because we push the pen. Isn't that crazy?
Exactly right.
Yeah, I know. Right, here we go.
Okay, so
Albany,
he's
Anthony
about
Albanese.
to...
Here we go. Oh, we've got it. It looks like he's drawing a hill.
Yeah, okay. I can see
Okay.
that.
Wow, he's drawing Uluru. Okay, we've got water. Oh.
Well, Nathan's already onto it, and I'm not sure.
I think
That's the sun.
what are you drawing?
Is that a nuclear power plant?
House. Is this your house?
Is this his beach house?
This is beach house on the cliff. Are you going to have heaps of money coming out of it? And Jody. You could draw Jody then.
Your eyes have gone a bit skew if that.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
no,
that's
we
his
got
eyes. We know him.
It's not a fine tip pen that's part of the problem,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Much.
Well, I like what you've done
And
because...
then, Jodie as well.
Yeah, Jody. Yeah.
He's lovely.
Jody's hair looks
very
nuts.
nice.
Got a side pony.
Jody
apparently.
at the moment looks like a stick figure of the Predator.
They're holding hands. That's nice. They're holding hands.
Oh, that is really nice.
Is that their new place, is
What do you
it?
think?
That-
This is Coca Cabana.
Oh,
This is a retirement village.
Perfect.
will you sign it, please?
it. Yeah.
Yep, sign it. And we'll get that framed and they'll hang that in the
do
new
it.
house. Because that's beautiful. I mean, to be honest, the foundation of that house doesn't look too good.
Looks a little, yeah. You'd want an
Oh, it's
engineer's report
coastal
on that,
erosion.
wouldn't you?
Nah, as we know.
Wow, do you reckon if you beat him in the election, you'll hang it? Here we
Happy
go.
retirement.
So
Happy retirement, Albo.
Happy retirement. Oh, Peter Dutton.
What do you think?
All right.
It's not bad.
You like?
It's
You
not
like?
bad.
Polite, but
Put it in
also kicks
writing.
him in the balls.
Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing you again in WA in the not too distant future,
Look
Peter
forward to it,
Dutton.
guys.
There's
Thanks for
a
having
bit
me
of
on.
action politically with
We'll
an
get your people to
election
take your
about to be
artwork, and
called.
we'd love to see a photo of it hung in your house.
Thanks so much
Thanks,
for joining
mate.
us
All the best,
today.
guys. Thank you.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.